Hi Masterwork friends, it's Miss Jeanette. Hello from my house to your house. I hope this video message finds you healthy and safe and well and enjoying some extra time with your families. While schools are closed, Masterwork is also closed. We wanted to keep in touch and keep us going on our journey in faith and fine arts. So we're creating these videos for you and we'll post every day, and we'll just keep doing it as long as school remains closed. We'll be here online with you and hope to connect with you in other ways too. But most importantly, just want you to know that we love you, we care about you, we're praying for you, and know that we'll be together again soon. So today my job is to share a Bible lesson with you. But first I have to say I am so glad we've been taking all year to study the fruit of the Spirit, because I think especially now when we might be fearful, or we might be, I don't know, probably never happens at your house, but you might be annoyed with a sibling now and then, or if we get bored from having nothing to do, or whatever it is, you can answer every one of those emotions and replace it with the fruit of the Spirit, can't you? With fear, we have peace, we have joy. If we're frustrated, we can take a deep breath and have some self-control, and then even respond to something that annoys us with patience and with kindness and with a gentle word, instead of something maybe mean. The Bible lesson I want to share today comes from the book of Numbers, which is the fourth book in the Old Testament: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers. And we're looking at the biblical account in the 13th chapter. And this is the time when the Israelites had come from 400 years of slavery in Egypt. Think about that, 400 years. An entire culture, an entire people group had been slaves. That's all they'd known for 400 years. And if we think about 400 years for us, that's from today, that's going back to 1620. Do you know what's happening in 1620? Not much, except like the Pilgrims were boarding the Mayflower to seek out the New World. Wow. That is a really, really long time ago, and that hopefully puts in context for you how long the Israelites had been in that situation. And they cried out to God, and God heard them and said, "You're right, enough." And so he raised up a leader named Moses, and Moses took the people out of Egypt, out of slavery, and not just out of something really bad, but out of something bad towards something totally mind-blowingly amazing, the Promised Land. And it was a land God said is flowing with milk and honey, and you will prosper there, you will be at home there, you will be at peace there. So sure enough, God led them through the desert to the edge of the Promised Land, and he said, "This is it, this is where you go." Israel, we remember from some lessons that we had earlier maybe, was made up of the patriarch Israel. Jacob is also his name. He had 12 sons, and so those 12 sons became the fathers of what was basically a clan, and those are called tribes. And so you'll hear the phrase 12 tribes of Israel. So Moses said, "I want one leader from every tribe in Israel." So 12 men were selected, and their job was to take a 40-day trip into the Promised Land to spy it out. Because, you come to a place and they didn't have guidebooks and they didn't have tour guides. So the Israelites were a bunch of people. It was like a whole nation. And they needed, instead of just going and not knowing what they were going to see when they got there, they needed kind of to make a plan. And so that's what these guys were all about. They were the 12 guys going in to assess the situation, see what it was like, and then come back and make a plan. So 40 days goes by. They return to Moses to give a report. And the report was exactly as God promised. It was a land flowing with milk and honey. It was so fruitful and so rich that they cut a cluster of grapes, and it took 2 guys to carry a cluster of grapes because the grapes were so gigantic. And they brought other fruits and other things to show the Israelites and all the people just how amazing this place that God had promised them was. Trouble is, 10 of them said, yeah, that's all really great news, but okay, the people that live there are like giants. I mean, for real giants. Like, no way are we even close to being able to take this land from them. They won't let us have it, and we can't defeat them. In fact, they're so ginormous, we felt like grasshoppers when we were up against them. And kind of the ones that saw us looked at us like we were grasshoppers. They didn't bother us because they weren't even the least bit afraid of us. And the people started going, oh no, this is really bad news. But Joshua and Caleb said, wait a second, wait, calm down, take a deep breath, listen to us. God said we could have it, and we believe God, so it's ours. It's ours already. We just have to go claim it. And the Israelites were like, no way. And the people were in an uproar, and it was so upsetting to Joshua and Caleb and Moses and his brother Aaron, who were trying to lead the people into God's promise, because they believed God's promise was complete, that he wouldn't just get them there and then not let them have it, that he was there to give the promised land, giants or no. And so they prayed and prayed for the people to believe God, and they just wouldn't. And so God said, all right, my promise is my promise, and I'm not going back on my promise just because you don't believe that it's there for you. But you do have to wander a little bit. And so it's like kind of being in a major timeout. 40 years they were in timeout, and they wandered the wilderness. So why am I talking about this lesson today? Because the coronavirus kind of seems like a giant to me. There's hardly a place on earth that isn't somehow affected by this teeny tiny thing that's really taken over the world. And so I just want you guys to remember and believe and rely on the promise that God has given us our city and Masterwork Academy and our homes and our families and the United States and our brothers and sisters all around the globe. And this, what seems like a giant, is nothing that God can't handle. So I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you to worry. I want you to stand firm and be strong and courageous when you think about all of the things happening, all of the things seem maybe out of control, but there's someone who can overrule all of that, and that's God. And he loves you. He knows you by name. He knows the number of hairs on your head, and he is ready to give you his promise, and that is embodied in Jesus Christ. And so I just want you to remember how much God loves you, that Jesus is a prayer away. And so while we're apart, know that I am praying for you, know your teachers are praying for you, know that there are lots of friends that you might not even know at First Presbyterian Church Tulsa praying for you and your families, and we will do everything we can to help you during this time and to defeat this giant who's in our land, but it's not his, it's God's territory.